Hi! In today's video, I will present the top 10 best equipment donated to Ukraine by the West until July 24, 2022. I would like to point out that the list includes only the equipment that has already been delivered to Ukraine, and I will not mention what has only been promised or sold. Enjoy! Number 10 is the NLAW. NLAW, or Next Generation Light Anti-Tank Weapon, is a lightweight disposable anti-tank weapon which was developed by the Swedish Saab Bofors Dynamics in cooperation with the British Thales Air Defence. A single launcher weighs 12.5 kilograms, and its range is from 20 to even 800 meters. The armor penetration is 500 millimeters of rolled homogeneous armor, which when attacked from above allows for the elimination of any tank. Interestingly, the weapon uses a predicted line of sight system, which automatically calculates where the target will be when the missile arrives. This allows for hitting the target on the first try. NLAW operates in two modes. In addition to the aforementioned overfly top attack, it can carry out a direct attack as well. So far, around 7,000 out of 14,000 British-owned and all 100 Luxembourgian NLAWs have been donated to Ukraine. Number 9 is the FGM-148 Javelin. It entered service with the US Army in 1996, replacing the older M47 Dragon. Unlike the NLAW, the Javelin is not a disposable system, as it consists of a command launch unit, or CLU for short, which can be used to observe the enemy, and a missile with a tandem warhead, which can destroy vehicles equipped with explosive reactive armor, which is widely used on the Russian vehicles. As in the case of NLAWs, there are two possible attack modes: top attack and direct attack. A single launcher prepared for the shot weighs just over 22 kilograms, and its range is up to 4 kilometers, which, combined with the flat terrain in eastern Ukraine and the fact that the launcher can be carried and operated by a single soldier, gives a huge advantage over the Russians, who do not possess a similar type of weapon. So far, more than 500 launch mechanisms with over 6,000 missiles have been delivered from Estonia, the US, and Great Britain. Number 8 is the M777. Developed by the British, the M777 was put into service with the US Army and the United States Marine Corps in 2005. The M777 is currently the most modern and the lightest howitzer in this class. It weighs only 4 tons, which, compared to the howitzer, which it replaced in the US Armed Forces, the M198, allows it to quickly take position and leave it after firing. Two variants of this weapon have been delivered to Ukraine, 4 M777C1s from Canada. They were modernized in 2006 by the Italian company Leonardo, with the addition of a modern digital fire control system, and 132 132M777A2s from the USA and Australia. Both variants can shoot very precisely, with an accuracy of 4 meters at a distance of almost 40 kilometers, using the M982 Excalibur GPS-guided munition, which has also been delivered. So far, the confirmed losses are 6 howitzers. Number 7 is the Starstreak. Starstreak was put into service with the British Armed Forces in 1997. It was designed for the same task as the American Stinger or the Polish Piorun, but the principle of operation is slightly different. After acquiring the target and firing the missile, the operator keeps the laser beam on the target until it is neutralized. In the meantime, the missile, after reaching its maximum speed of about Mach 4, releases 3 tungsten dart submunitions, each containing 450 grams of explosives. Interestingly, at that time, the darts do not home in on laser energy reflected from the target. Instead, the aiming unit projects 2 laser beams that paint a 2-dimensional matrix upon the target. The disadvantage of the Starstreak is the lack of a proximity fuse. Because of this, a direct hit is required to destroy the target. Interestingly, the UK, apart from Starstreak, is also testing the most modern LMM Martlet in Ukraine. In addition, they also delivered 6 Stormer HMVs, a self-propelled variant capable of firing both Starstreak and Martlet missiles. Number 6 is the PPZR Piorun. Piorun entered service in 2019. It dates back to the mid-70s, when the 9K32M Strela 2M sets were produced in Poland under license. The Strela's successor in the Polish Armed Forces would be the 9K310 Igla 1E. But due to political changes, Poland did not want to produce equipment that could make it dependent on Russia. So, using the experience gained from the production of the Strela 2M and the part of the 9K310 IGLA-1E documentation they had, they decided to produce their own system, the PPZR Grom. The PPZR Piorun is a deep modernization of the PPZR Grom. The modernization included, among others, increasing the resistance to interference, increasing the ceiling, the effectiveness of the homing warhead, as well as the target detection range thanks to the use of a new self-guided warhead stabilized with a laser gyroscope and ability to hit small targets, such as drones. In addition, a novelty in the starting mechanism is the pursuit and counter mode switch, which allows distinguishing between targets that are moving away from targets that are approaching. So far, around 100 of the approximately 420 Polish-owned starting mechanisms have been transferred to Ukraine, along with a supply of missiles. Interestingly, an unknown number of Pioruns were also bought by the United States. Number 5 is the Caesar. Produced since 2006, the Caesar is one of the best SPGs in the world. The only disadvantage of this system is that the crew has to leave the vehicle to load the gun, so they are not protected in case of enemy fire. The Caesar is armed with a 155mm 52 caliber cannon mounted on the rear of an armored truck chassis that can fire a wide variety of munition. It includes, among others, the standard high-explosive, cluster-carrying, two self-guided anti-tank sub-projectiles called the FFV Bonus, which was also delivered to the Ukrainians, or the M982 Excalibur GPS-guided munition. Interestingly, on January 18, 2022, at the Yuma Proving Ground, Raytheon, together with the US Army and the French Nexter systems, set a new world record. During the demonstration, the Caesar fired Excalibur directly struck two targets at a distance of more than 46 kilometers. About 300 Caesars have been produced, with Saudi Arabia being the largest user. So far, 18 out of 76 French-owned Caesars have been handed over to Ukraine. Number 4 is the AHS Krab. The Krab was put into service in the Polish Armed Forces in 2015. Although the history of its creation was very turbulent and lasted continuously for 18 years, since 1997. After many years of planning and negotiations, a project was put into production, which utilizes a licensed British turret from the AS-90, a French 155mm 52 caliber cannon built by Nexter, the same as used in Caesar. All of this was mounted on the chassis of the South Korean K9 Thunder self-propelled howitzer. In addition, compared to the Caesar, the Krab provides solid protection to its crew during the firing task. Krab's armor protects not only against NBC weapons, but also against fire from machine guns chambered for up to 14.5mm rounds and artillery shrapnel. Adding to it modern electronic systems, this time 100% Polish, such as the Topaz Fire Command and Control System, or the SSP-1 Obra 3 laser warning system, which is designed to warn the crew when the vehicle is targeted using laser designators and laser rangefinders. All of this makes the AHS Krab not only the most powerful self-propelled gun in the Polish Army, but it is considered one of the best in the world. Confirmation of this thesis can also be found in Ukraine. Despite the short time on the front line, the Ukrainians themselves appreciated the system, saying that 18 Krabs changed the situation in the Severodonetsk region in favor of their forces, inflicting considerable losses on the Russians. So far, Poland has delivered 18 out of its 80 self-propelled guns. Another 54 have been purchased by Ukraine for approximately $633 million. Number 3 is the PZH-2000. The PZH-2000 was commissioned in 1998 to the Bundeswehr. That is another 155mm tracked self-propelled gun in the Ukrainian arsenal. It differs from the Caesar and the Krab with its highly automated loading system, which only requires the loader to load a propellant charge. Thanks to this, it's capable to fire even 12 rounds per minute. It allows completing a fire task in a very short time without being exposed to enemy counter-battery fire. Here in the background is a video where the Ukrainian crew fired 4 times in 30 seconds. So far, 10 out of the 108 howitzers from the German arsenal and 8 out of the 56 from the Netherlands have been transferred to Ukraine. Number 2 is the Bayraktar TB2. Put into service in 2014, the TB2 is a male-class medium-altitude long-endurance unmanned combat aerial vehicle. It has a maximum takeoff weight of 700 kilograms, a wingspan of 12 meters, and an operating range of up to 150 kilometers from the ground control station, which ensures a wide range of operational use. The cruising speed is 130 and the maximum speed is 222 km per hour. Importantly, the TB2 can not only detect targets and highlight them for guided munition, but also carries various weaponry with a total weight of up to 150 kilograms on 4 bomb racks under its wings. Many TB2 videos are showing the destruction of Russian equipment, and even systems that were theoretically supposed to protect against it, such as the Strela 10, Buk, Tor, or Pantsir. Interestingly, Taras Borovak, a Ukrainian colonel, producer, singer, and songwriter, wrote a folk song dedicated to the TB2. Except for Ukraine, it is used by countries such as Azerbaijan, Ethiopia, Qatar, Kyrgyzstan, Morocco, Niger, Libya, Pakistan, Turkey, and Turkmenistan. So far, approximately 24 TB2s have been transferred from Turkey. It's worth noting that one Bayraktar was funded by Lithuanians and 3 others by Ukrainians themselves. But Bayraktar Technology, which produces these unmanned aerial vehicles, decided not to charge money and give it for free. Poles are also gathering money for a TB2 for Ukraine. Number 1 is the M142 HIMARS. The M142 High Mobility Artillery Rocket System is a multiple rocket launcher mounted on a chassis of an armored truck. Introduced into service in the early 2000s, was first adopted by the US Army and the United States Marine Corps. The delivery of HIMARS to Ukraine means that together with a Ukrainian-developed Wilcha, for which they already lack ammunition, gives them the ability to precisely strike targets at long distances, unattainable by systems such as the 9K79 Tochka-U. The US has provided the Ukrainians with 2 types of 227mm rockets, the M30A1 alternative warhead, with a range of 84 kilometers. It has a 91-kilogram high-explosive warhead with a proximity fuse and approximately 182,000 preformed tungsten fragments for area effects without unexploded ordnance. The second type of rocket is the M31A1 GMLRS Unitary, with a 91-kilogram high-explosive warhead and programmable fuse, and a range of up to 84 kilometers as well. It can hit targets accurately with less chance of collateral damage while needing fewer rockets to be fired, reducing logistical requirements. In addition, the M142 can also fire MGM-140 Army Tactical Missile System with a range of up to 300 kilometers. Weighing more than 16 tons, the HIMARS can fire 6 227mm rockets or 1 MGM-140 missile at a time. So far, 16 out of over 410 US-owned M142 rocket launchers have been donated to Ukraine. Interestingly, the UK and Germany have promised to supply 3 M270B1 and 3 Mars-2 MLRS, respectively, which can also fire M30A1 and M31A1 rockets. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Also, visit our second channel with military power comparisons. See you next time!